Hello, welcome to Hobby Vlog number, I can't remember which number it is and I'm not walking downstairs to check, but it will have been on the title and on the title screen. It's been a few weeks, I've been away, I travelled to the UK, drove over, did 7,500 kilometres and sort of spent some time with Rosie, which was absolutely lovely. And the opening part of this vlog is hobbying with Rosie again, because I took a kit over for us to build together and she had great fun with it and we built it together. So yeah, that's the first part, but let's get on to what I need to talk about in the intro, which is the Reaper Challenge. So last week I painted up Bergo, can't remember his name now, but Bergo, his picture will be on the screen right now, and that was a lot of fun, and the video will be out tomorrow on An Average Painter to show you how I went about doing that. I did that in basically one sitting, which is pretty cool. On screen right now will be the votes for next week. Now, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, basically I have a big pile of miniatures that never got painted, and last year I decided to open the floor to you wonderful viewers to choose which miniature I'm going to paint the following week, and it was really successful last year, and it's kept me going again this year, so I've carried it on. So what you need to do, this week is only one because I will be back next Sunday. Just pick one miniature that you like out of that list, and there will be links in the description if you're not sure what they look like. Leave a comment below about anything you want to, but include in that comment the name of the miniature you want to vote for, and the one with the most votes I'll pick next week. And next week I will also be doing the draw. So once every 4 weeks of vlogs, once every 4 vlogs, I will be drawing a name out of a hat or via a spinning wheel of every vote that has been made in the previous 4 weeks, and the person that gets drawn will get to pick one of the miniatures that won in the previous weeks, and I'll send that to them free from the Reaper website, just as a little thank you for getting involved, and also to try and spread the love, because these miniatures are brilliant. So moving on now to the final bit, which is who won last week. Last time round was 2, you probably voted for 2 because I was having a bit of a break. And Eileen, female cleric, came in second with 4 votes, I think. And Grundor Barbarian came in with 6. So Grundor and Eileen will be being painted up, and you'll get to see what they look like next Sunday when I do my vlog. So I also just wanted to point out that I am releasing videos again on Tuesday. I have a massive backlog of old projects which I do. I combine all the clips together, put them into build videos. So don't forget to look out for that as well on your feed on the Tuesday. Check those out. Some of them are pretty cool, some of them are pretty old, and there's quite a lot of hobbying with Rosie coming up via that. So yeah, that'll be good fun. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to vote, and I'll see you again at the end. So look who I'm here with. Woohoo! Rosie's back. So we're in our little Airbnb, and while I was driving the other day, while I was driving the other day, I had an idea. And so what I did is, I did something I don't do very often. I went onto Amazon, and on next day delivery, I picked up this, which is a starter set, Aston Martin DB5. No one can forget you. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit of time.
Don't forget my water bottle.
There's your water bottle. Yes. We're going to spend a little bit of time this weekend. I bought some tools as well, which I'll show you. I'll give a little review on those. And yeah, we're going to spend a little bit of time.
And the puppies just ran off today.
They did. Had a bit of a nightmare, didn't they? But yes.
I'm so afraid about Thelma.
Poor Thelma. But yeah, back to this. We're going to build an Aston Martin DB5. Rosie, you excited?
Zeno is
Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Woo,
right.
woo, 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 yeah.
What do you say to the camera?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Right, so what we've done is we've washed the parts and we've primed the parts with an automotive spray primer.
It's dark.
It's dark outside now. We primed the parts with a grey spray primer, and now what Rosie's doing is she is painting the bits that go brown. So we're doing step 1 there, and I've already painted the steering wheel there, which is part of step 4. So we're basically, what we're doing is we're painting everything that needs to be painted brown. And so Rosie is don't paint the sticky up bits, I don't think. So Rosie is doing the painting, aren't you, love? Yeah. So we're just going to get that done, and then we'll do a little bit. We'll let that dry, and then we'll come back and do the next step a bit later on.
Tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow, yeah. Woo! Hey, so it is before school, isn't it, love? Before hairbrush as well, as you can see. And so we have been doing. Don't squeeze it too hard. We've been doing a little bit of gluing. So Rosie is doing her first ever gluing. So that's very good, yes. So you need to be very careful. Just a little bit of glue there. and then a little bit of glue around the other one. And we're starting to stick pieces together. That'll be enough on that one. Do the other side now. Just squeeze it very, very. Oh, that was a lot. It's okay. This is why I thought you doing this bit would be a better idea than trying to glue the actual seats together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stick the seats in place, but we need to work out which one goes which side. And I think
one goes the first and then two.
Well, I'll probably stop filming because this might take a little bit of a second, but we're going to glue these seats in and then we will have done steps 1, step 2 and step 3 and finished. And Rosie, you better get warm, hadn't you? Right, what do you say to the camera?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right, we're making really good progress, aren't we, Roo? So what we're doing now, don't put too much glue, just a little bit. What we're doing now is we're sticking in the glass. Yeah, the windscreen. So Rosie is applying the glue to the edge. Very good. Just spread it around. You don't have to keep squeezing. That's it. Good. 1 second. Let's just spread that around the corner a bit. So Rosie, put the glue on.
Got the glass.
Right, I've got it out here.
Glass.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it in place now.
Yeah. You have
And
to
then,
do here,
and then we'll do the rest of it as well. Oh,
here.
this is hard with one hand. I'm already filming.
I can do it.
So we're going to put that in.
Oops. Sorry,
Drop
Daddy. And you have to put it on.
Right, mind yourself, your arm's in the way. Can't see what I'm doing. Move your arm. Move your arm. There we are. Woo! So we've got the glass in. Yay!
You have to put the lid on the stuff.
We do. Oh, well done, Rosie. Exactly. Safety first. You put the lid on the knife. Well done.
Where is it?
That is the lid. You've got the lid. Oh no, that's not the lid. Here it is. There's the lid. Well done, Rosie. Right. So what we're going to do now is going to put the rest of the glasses in. Oh, don't worry. I'll deal with that. Don't worry. Right. We're going to put the rest of the glass in. I'll deal with it. We'll do the rest of the glass in, and we're very nearly finished, aren't we, Roo? What do you say to the camera?
Bye.
We're on the last steps, aren't we, Roo?
Yeah.
So what we're doing now is we're doing the wheels. The
We
rest
just
of it,
gone to the zoo.
we did. And you got a baby giraffe, didn't you?
And the snake.
And the snake. So we've got a new snake for the car. But anyway, what we're doing now is we're doing the wheels. So this has... Right, stop guarding each other.
Daddy, and these.
Yeah, and those. Yeah, no, turn it around, remember. That's it, good girl. So you get the side snips in. So we're going to do this, snip these out, and then glue them together, and then put them on the car, and then we're done, aren't we?
And I even saw giraffes at the zoo.
We saw giraffes, and we saw sea lions being fed, didn't we?
There
we are. Well done, right. So give those back to me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to glue these together.
I buy this to write something. Can you pull it off, please?
Yeah, we bought this pen, and then we've got back to use it, and it's got nothing in it. It's rubbish pen. So if you go to the zoo in Belfast, be careful when you buy their pens because, yeah, that pen's broken. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is going to glue these together, aren't we? And then we're going to put them onto the car. Is that the plan? What do you say to the camera?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I like this one.
Well, we got this finished today. You can probably hear the puppies in the background, sorry. So we got this finished. And I must admit, I'm pretty impressed with this kit for being a starter kit. You can see the big gap there is from the bottom to the main body of the car. If I'd have had my filler, that wouldn't have been a problem. If I'd have had some clamps, that wouldn't have been a problem. But other than that, it's gone together really well. And Rosie's had a lot of fun working on it as well, I think. She said that she wanted to do another one. And the next one would have to be a green one, so that it could be for me, because green's my favourite colour. So yeah, really pleased that I had the idea to do this with Rosie. It's been absolutely lovely. And hopefully she'll be able to take this home with her, put it on her mantelpiece, and remember our awesome weekend together, which obviously, as you know, is what this is all about, is building memories for Rosie. So yeah, pretty impressed. I've got one of my own to do back at my mum's, which I'll try and get done as well, and hopefully that'll get finished while I'm with my mum. So that's the aim there. So I'll be giving this to Rosie. She'll be taking this back with her to Angela's. But yeah, it's a pretty cool kit. I would actually quite recommend it. If you've not done any plastic kits before, I would really recommend this one. It's really good to fun to put together, and you can probably learn some tips that will help you do other more complicated kits in the future. Alright, so I'm back from my epic trip. So let's have a look at Bergo Ironbelly. Wow, so he's actually fighting with a spoon. It's got a ladle to hit people with. And that's pretty cool. I hadn't really looked very closely at this before. So yeah, that's going to be painted up this week. What I'm going to do now is wash this in hot soapy water, as I always do. Clean up some of the sprue. You can see there's a few bits of flash on it there. Get that primed. I'll show you what that looks like when that's done, and then we'll take him down and paint him. And yeah, should be fun. Thank you ever so much for everyone that voted for this, and everyone that voted for the one for over the last 2 weeks. And don't forget to vote this week, because yeah, your vote picks what I'm going to paint. Alright, so I've got him primed and painted, as you can see, and looking forward to getting some paint on him. I think it's a really, really cool model. I'm actually really excited to paint this. So now I'm going to take this downstairs. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get that painted in one sitting, because I'm very, very busy this week. I've got barely any time to hobby, and I don't have very much time to paint. So I'm going to try and get this done in one sitting, and hopefully he'll turn out all right. Let's see how well that goes, and he'll be on the An Average Painter channel next week. Let's get to it. Right, the greys have dried, so what I'm going to do now is come along with the brown and fill in everywhere where I'm going to want to put grass. So I'm doing this as a slightly different technique to what I normally do, just experimenting a bit. It's good to break out of a rut and do something a bit different. So normally I would have put some sand down and all that stuff, but I'm just going to avoid that completely, I think, and see how well this works out. So I'll get this brown paint. This is chocolate brown. I'll get this brown paint put on everywhere I didn't want to, and then we'll come back and do the grass, and I'll do a last little bit of dry brushing on the stones as well, and then we'll be done. So nearly finished on this. Just trying something which is a bit simpler, because not everyone has the time or the patience for doing the sand technique, so I'm just going to see how this works. Right, I will be back very shortly in your time zone, but I don't know how long in mine, with the next step when it's done. But you can see I've already got this painting everywhere I want it. It's very, very quick. Cool. Right, back soon to do some flock. Alright, that brown's dried. So what I'm going to do now is come along with some shop bought, actually. Some shop bought flock, and we're going to slap it on over the top. So this is watered down PVA. Might be watered down a little bit too much actually from the looks of it, but it's fine. It'll work, I'm sure. So what we'll do is we'll put PVA around the place, like so. And then what I normally do, I mean, I've got my own homemade stuff as well, but I normally start with a little bit of light, a little bit of dark, put a little bit of light on top, and then finish with a little bit more dark. And if I'm doing 3 colours, I always finish with a little bit of dark. So there's some dark, put a little bit of light on, just to make a little bit of variety, like so. And then tie it all together with the last application of slightly darker stuff. So that's what I'll do, and I will get the whole of the base done and bring it back and show what it looks like. And we're nearly finished on this, which is cool. Right then, there we are, that's done. So I'll let that dry, and then tomorrow I'll come back and I'll paint some more PVA over the top to seal it, and this will be finished. Very cool. Right, it's the next day, and what I'm now going to do is come along with exactly the same PVA as I had before and cover the whole thing, just brush it on. Now, regular viewers will see that sometimes I pipette and sometimes I brush, and the reason why I'm brushing for this is just to show that you can keep it nice and simple. You don't need to buy pipettes. You can just use a brush and dab it on like this. I'm trying to just, you know, there's many ways to skin a cat, as they say, and many ways to hobby, and you can find your own, and you don't have to copy religiously what other people do. Just find what works for yourself. So yeah, once this is done and these dry today, this will be finished. So there's another project completed. I mean, it was pretty close to completed when I came back from my break, but it still sure is nice to have achieved it. One thing to say is don't worry too much about there being puddles and pools. It will dry clear and non-shiny in my experience. But one thing you can see is that it's getting lots of bits inside my glue. Never mind. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. Right, there we are, that's done. I'll let that to dry, and then this will be complete. What a cool bit of scenery. I really like how it looks. Well, there he is, done. And I'm pretty happy with how he came out. Really, really nice, simple paint job, which is what I need really, with how busy I am. But a really cool, a really cool result. So thank you ever so much to everyone that voted for him and everyone that's voted so far this week. So don't forget to drop that comment down below and pick one of the miniatures that's named in the description or in the little kind of title card that appears at the beginning and end of the vlog. And yeah, you could be in with a chance of winning one of these. Well, I think we're nearly up to a vote time as well, or a random pick time. So yeah, pretty cool. So you can go back and you can go onto the shelf, and I'm looking forward to seeing which two I paint next week. Well, here you are. This is how this looks now, the next day. So it's not quite 24 hours, but it's fully dried and looking great. So that was a nice little project. Looked at it for ages, and a really nice way to get back into doing a little bit of hobbying and just have a little bit more terrain that makes the tabletop look a little bit more interesting. Because if I put a 28mm miniature, this one doesn't stand up well because it's not got a very big base, only a pudding base, but you can see, I mean, how cool it would be to, in real life, come across a tree like this. It would be the sort of tree you go and look at, wouldn't it? Anyway, there we are. Thanks ever so much for your support on this channel as well, because with how way life's been, it's been good to have something to kind of like have as a constant. And it's really good to see this come together, and hopefully I can carry this on. Next thing to do with these for this is the guns that attach to this part of the howdah. So what I'm having to do is come along and open up the eyelets. Oop, my blade came out. Open up the eyelets in the mounting brackets, and then attempt to fit the gun into those brackets. Now this is one of the things where the very, very soft material is both a benefit and a problem. It's a benefit in that it makes it easier to kind of move, and it's a problem in that it makes it easier to move. So I think I had a brief thought that I might be able to do this without do this without glue, but I think I am actually going to have to glue it. Otherwise, it's going to completely fall apart at some point, and that'll be very, very annoying. So I'm going to put a drop of glue onto the eyelets and get the guns into an attitude that I like. I might glue the guns. I might put the glue on the guns after I've actually fitted them to the howdah, so I can like check the angle and all that sort of thing. But definitely going to put that drop of glue on the eyelets, and then the actual stands glue in there here in that little kind of like notch that you can see at the end there. So I'll get that done, and then these will be ready for priming along with the figures, which are down on my painting bench and have been for a while. And yeah, we'll get this cracked on once I've primed it, and we'll probably do a painting video for an average painter. But once it's primed and painted, you'll get to see it. I'll bring it back up and we'll show it at that stage. Oh, wouldn't you look at that? I've managed to get it finished. Pretty pleased about that, to be honest. I think it looks really, really cool. And just a shame that the light didn't work, but no matter. It's an awesome bit of kit. So it latches shut. It's got a little latch at the bottom, which means you can latch the door shut like that. And then yeah. So I'm going to put this in my library, put it on my bookshelf, and that's a lovely present. Thank you ever so much, Elizabeth, for that, and had a lot of fun putting it together. And hopefully your daughter Isabella, who has another one, will start to put hers together, and we can see that as well. So yeah, thank you very much. Oh, there we are. It really was such fun hobbying with Rosie and seeing her again, and I can't wait to see her. I'm planning some more hobbying, which will be done in the camper van largely, which will be quite good fun. I'll try and film that when I see her in just over a month. But But yeah, really, really cool to get to see her and to do some making, and she had great fun. And I believe that that car is in pride of place in her room right now, over in Northern Ireland. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to vote. On screen now are the options. In the description is a list of the options with a link to the Reaper website, so you can see what they look like. Leave a comment below and you can win with a chance of winning one of those last week to get an entry for the next draw. And yeah, I'll be back next week. I've no idea what I'm going to do this week. I'm finding it very tough to get motivated, but I'm trying to keep going. I'm trying to keep making, so there will be something happening next week, even if it is another short video like this one. But I appreciate all the views and all the comments and all the support. So thank you very much for watching. And I wrap up by saying, as I always do to everyone, please do stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.